Hi, my name is Barry Sterling Mitchell. I produce the Sterling Pro Football Net Point Power Rankings and the Pro Football Bias Plus reports. And this is Ben and Barry on football.
Hello out there, everybody. This is Ben Dickerson, your co-host. Happy New Year to everyone. I like your background there, Bear. 2022 is upon us. The end of the regular NFL season is upon us. And fantasy football plus COVID-19 is driving me completely insane.
This is our COVID show. Tara, my daughter who lives with us or who's staying with us, been with us since she had a baby, has tested positive, just got a report back this morning. So I just told her, I said, look, it's just us in the house, me, my wife, Tara, and the baby. You might as well assume we're all positive. Two things that popped up recently. One, I'm looking at the business networks. They have this lady, she's the head of some medical scenario, but underneath they had a thing printed and it said, rapid tests may miss some Omicron variants, which the only reason I let anybody in my house on Christmas, when I say anybody, I'm talking about my babies, my kids, my kids are grown, but they come and they spend Christmas Eve with us. They want to wake up and see their presents like they did when they were 3. Okay.
It's like the old days.
It's like the old days. And it's still fun. It is amazing when they get the only difference is now they're opening up, some Christopher got a scarf. Who's the fashion designer, the young black man who recently died?
Really?
African name, but apparently he was a fashion designer of So in any event, he got a scarf of his design.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Obviously me and you are like right on top of current events here. I know. But our focus is football. So, but this is the COVID show. Last night, the baby's been kind of sleeping with us since Tara, initially came down with symptoms. And 5 o'clock bottle. So I get up to do the 5 o'clock bottle. And I'm getting ready to go downstairs and I realized my shirt is hanging off of my body, soaking wet. And I'm like, that's like I just jumped in the shower or something. I'm like, okay, I got to change this. So this is the third shirt since about 5 o'clock this morning. And I am still sweating. I'm just basic. The interesting thing is this.
Did you take your temperature?
No, not yet. We've been taking the baby's temperature, consistently.
Right.
But I'm assuming I have a low grade temperature. I just talked to my Kimmy, my sister. She's got the exact same thing that I've got. The interesting thing is, if this is the worst that it is, then we feel fortunate. Right. Crystal had a slight cough. I had a slight congestion and the sweats. Tara had a slight cough, maybe, something else, but that's pretty much it. He ran a temperature 2 days ago and we still weren't sure whether he was running the temperature from his teething because he's teething right now.
That could be, at his age, it could be almost anything.
You know what I'm saying? So I told Tara, I said, look, let's assume we're all positive at this point. Because we were like, we're watching the baby, so she don't have to be around the baby. But you know what I'm saying?
Now, she been around y'all, so.
She's been around us.
I feel you. I'm waiting for my results to come back. I should probably get them today, I would think, just to be on the safe side because there's been some cold symptoms here in the house. I got through mine in like one day. One day I was coughing and sneezing and had a lot of congestion. So I made a tea concoction. I just took some emergency and all that. The next day, all I had was the cough. Today, I basically have nothing, just my regular cough from yelling and screaming on the sidelines every weekend. My throat's damaged from years of
I used to get headaches. I would have headaches after the game from hollering during the game.
Yeah. I would lose my voice for almost the entire next day. I could barely be able to talk until maybe half of Monday was over. So, but you know, we do what we got to do.
We do what we got to do. That's why we're doing it virtually. I think my prediction or my statement about industry and business jumping the gun on this COVID thing. Remember I said that last week or weeks before? We've been talking about this.
Weeks before, actually, you hinted at it, and it's like they heard you and say, "We're going to prove him wrong. No more 10-day quarantine. Let's drop it to 5. In fact, even if you test positive, if you don't have any symptoms, you can still play.
You can still play.
What?
Well, interestingly, I've been reading reports about some of the pushback. See, the NFL is saying, well, this is what the CDC is now saying.
Right.
So it's legitimized. But now,
right. And if it's a positive for them, because they need to have players on the field. That's their most important. We need our star players playing, and we need our teams at as close to full strength as possible to satisfy the fan bases. So if the CDC says something that really has nothing to do with football, but consequently helps them, they're all for it.
They're all for it. And apparently, I read a report that said that there is an association for the airlines, right?
Yes.
Who sent a report into the CDC with their recommendations.
Okay.
And magically, it's the same recommendations that the CDC just came out with.
Okay.
The pushback has come from places like nursing associations. They're like, we don't need you to get more relaxed right now. We're stressed. We're at our max in the hospitals right now. People are coming in, they're swarming us, and now you're saying, oh, let's relax the guidelines. But this is the thing also, they're using the word endemic, and I saw one guy on one of the business networks say, hey, we're all going to get it. You know, it's kind of like the flu. It's just going to be with us now for who knows how long.
Right.
If once we get through these phases, the worse we get for the most part, especially for those who are vaccinated, because apparently only thing that the vaccination can really say that they're really good at is keeping you from getting severely ill and dying. That part of it, the transmissibility, forget it. That ain't working. That's already been proven, you know, and with the variants, even more so. So if stuffy nose, night sweats is the worst, I've had worse flus, to be quite honest with you. I've had worse flus, man. So it's just, you know, can't imagine what 2022 is going to bring in. Oh, from Ben and Barry on football, Happy New Year.
Definitely.
This is New Year's Eve, Ben. We are on a COVID schedule. We normally record on Wednesdays. What's this, Friday?
Today is Friday.
Man, this is my trash day. I couldn't even get to the show. I had to get the trash out. You know, all my COVID trash. You know?
Trash. Everything must go.
Everything had to go. Okay. Crazy. It's been a wild weekend. It really has. And let me say, happy anniversary to my beautiful wife, Crystal Mitchell.
Yes, happy anniversary to you guys. New Year's Eve. I remember the party well.
Man, yes. Yes.
I remember that wedding reception. Sheesh. Well, I remember most of it.
Getting married on New Year's Eve, I don't know if this is one of my most brilliant ideas or dumbest ideas. I don't know. Because everything's more expensive for the rest of your married life if you want to do something on your anniversary. Right. You want to go to a hotel? They're sold out and they're 3 times the price.
Right.
So, you know, but it's New Year's Eve, so everybody's partying anyway.
Anyway.
You
know what I think the one good thing about that was? You know, normally on New Year's Eve, and I guess it depends on where you go. I don't spend a lot of money to go to these extravagant balls and things at hotels and what have you. But I think a lot of people that I know, or a lot of people that I talk to, they like to party hop on New Year's Eve, which the way people drive nowadays is really the craziest thing to ever do. But that's what people do. They don't stay at one place really long. But when you have your wedding reception, we're locked in, baby. We were locked in. We wasn't going nowhere. Got
And if you
everything I need,
remember,
right?
Ben, it was a crazy weather day with ice, snow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was foggy and icy at the same time.
Yeah.
Which
Bad combo.
was a bad combo.
Bad combo.
What you say though is so true. Now, people, again, I always remind you, Ben and Barry in football, we've been talking about football or debating versus or arguing for 40 years. So only recently did we decide to make a YouTube channel of it. So yeah, you know, we're going on a little bit here, but it's our YouTube, right? So what you say is so true, because if you remember the specific party that we named the Meltdown, I don't know if you remember that. It was a New Year's Eve party. And that's when I realized what you just said, that people like to party hop.
Right.
And one of the reasons I kind of didn't want to have a New Year's Eve party because I just didn't want to be running back and forth from the clothes closet as people would come in and then leave, come in and then leave, come in.
Yeah,
so
right.
now I'm working like a dog, you know, just seeing people in and out, and we can't party, right? Well, we had one New Year's Eve party. The weather was crappy. Everybody that came stayed.
Yeah. Wait, that was a house party, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Rodney Street.
Oh, okay. Wow, epic.
And we called that the Meltdown. So yeah, we've had some big fun. We had some big fun. All right, let's talk about last week. And we're going to kick off the first quarter.